Hi guys, me Ty here, and today I'm going to talk about getting dental work done here in Cambodia because um, I've had a lot of work done here in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. So I ended up deciding to go with iBrace Dental Clinic, which I've talked about in previous videos over by the Soria Shopping Center and by Central Market. And I had them do a dental implant for me back in 2024. And first of all, I'm going to tell you guys that implant is holding up good right now. But what happened is I decided to go in for a teeth cleaning, and I believe it was $20 I paid for a teeth cleaning. And they cleaned my teeth, and I went to go use the restroom after they were all done, and I put my tongue on one of my molars, and I noticed that it was loose or whatever. And the thing about it is, about 6 months ago already, I kind of suspected that that tooth was loose because I didn't have a dental exam. I just did a teeth cleaning, you guys. And I had them. I asked the dentist to come back in again, and he went ahead and he's like, "I'm gonna take X-rays," and it ended up being the tooth where I had my dental implant done back in Canada. And the shame about it was that implant that was $6,000, and it took 1.5 years of my life to do that implant. And 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 I was like, "Oh darn it!" I was like to have problems with that, and I'd always brush my teeth twice a day and flossed and everything. So the dentist's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do the full scan around there, the X-ray that rotates around your head." And he checked it out, and he's like, "Yep, that tooth is loose." He's like, "But I'm hoping that I can just tighten up the screw." He's like, "Maybe the screw just came loose." So he's like, "I need you to find out what the name brand is of that dental implant." And I was like, "Well, it's a titanium one." And he's like, "Yeah, that's not enough." He's like, "I need the actual name of the implant and all the other details like the size of it." So I called up the oral surgeon's office back in Canada, and they let me know what brand that implant was, and then also what size it was, like something, some number by another number, millimeter is what it was. And I sent that email to my dentist here, and he looked at it and he's like, "Yep, I'll have to order in the special toolkit to remove that implant because each one of them is different." So it took him about a week, and I went back in. He said he was going to call me when he got it back, but I was going to give him 2 weeks or whatever. And I was like, "What the heck?" After a week, I decided to text them, and then like 15 minutes later, the receptionist texted me back. She's like, "You can come in, sir, at 3 o'clock or whatever." So I came in, and he went ahead and he opened it up, ground off the crown, and went in there, and he looked at it, and he's like, "Yeah, this isn't gonna work." He's like, "It's totally infected in there." So he's like, he had to order in some more special tools or whatever. So that took like I think 3 more days, and he ordered them in. They had me come in and they cranked down like a little extractor screw or whatever, and they were able to pull the stud right out of there. And I asked him, "Are you going to put me on any antibiotics?" And he said no, they weren't going to put it in there. And I asked him for oral ones, and he didn't give them to me. Which I've dealt with this in the United States before too, and they said that I think I remember them saying something about like the mouth. It's really good about healing itself. So, so I guess that's he pulled it, and then he said, "Come." He's like, "Come back in 10 days, and we'll remove the stitches because they had to stitch the gums shut after they cut everything open there." And I came back in 10 days. The hygienists they went ahead and they cut the stitches off or whatever, and they're like, "Yep, come back in 3 months, and at that time we'll go ahead and do the X-rays and we'll um, do the bone grafting or whatever." And they're like, "It'll be $3,500 to do another implant." And I was like, "Nope, not gonna happen." I was like, "I already invested a year and a half of my life into that one up in Canada and paid $6,000." I was like, and it failed after only technically 5.5 years when it started to go loose. And I was like, "I'm not doing it again. I'm not spending that kind of money and taking that many years out of my life." So I'd done some research into it since so many of my friends here from like Germany and the local Cambodians here, and they're not, a lot of these people are not poor, and they're like, "Yeah, we ended up going with partial dentures, the plastic poly ones you can eat with, and you just pop them in and out, or pop them out at night to give your gums a rest," and they're really happy with them. And I know in the United States they call them Nesbit is the name brand, and that's spelled Nesbit. And most of them are just a single tooth that you pop in, and it's got, like I said, it's totally plastic, except for maybe the actual tooth. And it bites on the tooth on each side of it, so it's not metal like a lot of them are, where they'll actually scratch the enamel off and it'll wreck your other teeth, and you'll end up having to get those pulled too. So I told the dentist right there, in 3 months when I come back in, um, that's the route that I want to go. And he said that I think he said that it takes up to 6 weeks for your gums to heal, and then as for your bone, that takes 3 to 6 months. So, and then also when you go with these Nesbit dentures like this, um, you might have to get them adjusted maybe 5 or 6 times after you get them in there, just because your gums and your bone might still be kind of forming and adjusting from the healing process. So just to give you guys fair warning on that, and I will just keep giving you guys update videos in a little over 3 months, 3.5 months, and find out what the doctor says at that point. So if you guys like this content, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll keep picking out these money saving videos from Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and all my repair videos on the Honda Fits and the Chevy Silverado platform pickups and just all that other kind of stuff. Anything to save you guys money. So, all right, take care, you guys. Bye.